Hey everybody, and welcome back to our series in C major on learning our way through the fretboard to try to advance our knowledge of the mandolin in general across the fretboard, but specifically in the key of C major. Now, if you haven't watched the previous two videos, I invite you to go check those out, and also check out my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/MyBluegrassRomance for tablatures and other stuff related to this and related to other keys. But so far, in previous videos, we've looked at the C major scale. We've looked at C major diatonic chords, and so on. And we've looked at a small arpeggio, also in the key of C, where we work our way up through a triad, like this. And so on. Now we're taking these in little bite-sized chunks, because when we play sort of arpeggios and triads and all these words sort of all stacked on top of each other at tempo, it can become a lot. And it's one thing to memorize like where your fingers go on the fretboard. It's another thing to actually, again, say those notes out and understand where you are on the fretboard and what notes you're playing and how they relate to adjacent notes, adjacent open strings, and the like. And that is where you're going to find growth in your mandolin playing. So in this case, we've done an ascending triad like this. In this exercise, all we're doing is playing that exact same thing and then descending two notes. And then we're going to land on the first note of the next ascending arpeggio. In this case, I did C. Now I'm going to land on that D. See, I'm not going to go back to the D here. I'm going to land on the first note of the next triad, which is E minor. Then I'm going to land on that F. I'm going to drop down to G. Then A minor. Then B diminished, and then that C. And that time land on the C. So let me play that whole phrase, that whole exercise. D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major. Now that's the entire exercise. Again, head on over to my Patreon and the tabs will be posted up there. A couple notes on this, so don't leave quite yet. One thing you'll notice is I'm not playing like this. I was exaggerating there, but what I do instead of that is I actually play. Watch my fingers. Watch these fingers and how long they stay on the notes. Do you see how I'm holding my fingers down and sustaining those notes as I play the others? That not only helps have a more full sound and a more musical sound as you progress, not that staccato notes like playing, you know, it's not that the staccato is not musical, but what you want to do is get in the habit of creating, you know, holding these notes down as long as possible, especially on the mandolin, because the mandolin is so little and it doesn't have much sustain comparatively to like a guitar or anything. So you want to get the most out of that, but also it helps you as you increase speed. What you don't want to do is when you're playing faster is take this finger off when you know the next note you're going to play is the same exact note as that you played prior, right? So if you're going to play, I just leave my fingers down. I don't go, right? That's wasted motion, wasted time, gets rid of, again, that legato that you're trying to strive for on an instrument that doesn't have sustain. So again, as you play through this exercise, think about that and go slow. Who cares? It doesn't matter how slow you go. You just got to get it right? And say to yourself those notes. I got my C major. I'm going to that D minor. I'm going to that E minor. F. G major down here. A minor. B diminished. C major. And then play that C major chord. All right, I hope that's helpful to explain through it and give you some pointers on how to play more musically with your left hand, as well as learning those notes as you progress through this C major arpeggio. In our next video, we're going to look at taking this up into 2 octaves, which is going to sound something like this. And so on. Thanks for watching.